Sunday. Like my little shirt here. Um, like I said, hope everybody's having a blessed Sunday. It's been kind of relatively nice here today. I'm sitting on my couch. This is a blanket that I made a while back, blanket yarn. One's my grandson's like blue, so it's got various shades of blues and greens. And I just made with stripes and decided that we would keep the everything kind of togetherish. And when they come and stay over, then they've got a nice warm blanket to use at night. Oh, sorry. But, sorry. Trying to put that back up there. Thought I would just sit and talk with you, and while I'm working on some squares. This was yarn that was given to me as a gift a while back. It's just little, I don't know what you want to call this yarn. Because it's in like in Japanese. This is Liliarge. I don't know. I don't know what kind of yarn it is, but it's thin. It's in a whole other language, but just say that it's 25 grams, 70 millimeters, for each one. I'm just going to make, and it came with this little book of granny squares. I'm just making, instead of just a plain granny, I decided to do a flower granny. I thought these were cute, little pretty little flower grannies, and I haven't worked on them in a really long time, so I was like, hey, maybe I should make some more. And use a 5mm hook, so that's what I'm using. I'm using my little 5mm. Oof. And then, not this past Christmas, but the year before, by the same person who gifted me this, gifted me this cute little thing. And let's see what kind of yarn it is, although it does look to be similar to what's in this box. And it came with a hook and I can't talk today. It was just about everything that you need to crochet. Oh, stitch markers and hooks. Let's see what size hooks. I can't remember what size hooks are in here. 3mm and a 4mm. And then there's the stitch markers. Although I do have some cute little ones that were given to me by my daughters. I'm not gonna drag all of them out. You know, yeah, it is. It's about the same. I'm looking at it now. It's maybe a little tad thinner than that, but it's still usable. I'm not really big into using yarn this tiny, but I really need to use it up, not just have it sitting there looking pretty. Really should use it up. And then, I could put, other things in there. But anyway, I mean, it makes it nice for traveling. Like I'm going on a trip here in a couple of weeks for my mother, or my mom, not my mom, because my mom passed away, for my grandmother's 100th birthday in a couple of weeks. So that would be nice to use during that. I'm only going down by Cincinnati, which is about a 6-hour drive from where I live. Um, oh, I I'm told you are so creative. Well, thank you. I'm glad you think I am creative. Um, I'm not sure where they got these. Probably like one of those little advertisements, like sometimes you would see on Facebook or something. That's probably what I'm guessing. But I'm just gonna make these little flower granny squares. And they're using a magic ring, and I hate using magic ring. I think I have some done. I can't remember. It's been a while since I looked at this box. Oh, I do have some. I do have a few done. And they're all this white, blue, red, and this orange color. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of them done. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, okay. And these are all like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they have 8 petals. Just for some reason, the way I did it, a couple of them, it just looks really off. I don't know. They all have 8 petals. They're all 8-petaled flowers. I did it one time. Was going to make these little circles into squares, and there's like a half circle. I think I was going to make it to like another to a quarter square, corner part of a square. But I'm going to be. I think I'm planning on frogging these, and okay, I'm going to frog them. My yarn, as long as my yarn wants to cooperate, that is. That's always the hard part, is getting it to cooperate. Lurk away, lurk away. You know what? I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save these for later to unravel. No, maybe. Nope. See, I like to. I try to tuck in my ends while I'm working. Ooh, I might have got. Ooh. I think I just got lucky. Yep, I did. Yeah, I thought. But yes, I'm gonna make all those little squares, and then maybe make it into like a little baby blanket or something. I do have upstairs. I have some baby sport yarn, and I could do like a single crochet stitch and stitch them all together with that, and then make a border. Um, I don't know, or maybe just a little lap blanket. Um, I don't know. I'm still playing around with it. But today is Sunday, March the 2nd, and it is National Crochet Month. And yay, I'm gonna frog it. Yay, got hold of it. I hope all of you are spending your National Crochet Month crocheting. Or if you have other talents, May you be working on those talents as well. Like for instance, I like to loom knit. My youngest daughter, she crochets and she knits and she draws. She's a wonderful artist. And okay, and she sews and then my brother, he likes to knit. So, we have, you know, a lot of people on here, crocheting isn't their only passion. It's not their only passion in life. They have many other hobbies that they do as well. And I just think that is just wonderful. In fact, there are some channels that I watch um, that will showcase other crafts as well as crochet, and I just think that's just wonderful, because everybody has their own things that they like to do. Um, because to each their own. It should be, the more things, the more crafts you know how to do, the more um, you could show how your imagination more. You get to use your imagination more and more with each craft that you know how to do. And it's fun to let your imagination grow wild. I mean, when I was a kid, I love, of course, I come from a little bit older generation where we played outside all the time and colored in coloring books and drew pictures and we just let our imaginations go. We played all kinds of games outside and made up all sorts of things outside. And when we played with our friends and our cousins and our next door neighbors and our classmates, we always made up all sorts of games. And today's kids just don't seem to play outside anymore, and that's quite a shame. It really is. Kids don't seem to use their imagination as much anymore, at least from my perspective. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it just seems like today's kids just don't seem to use their imagination as much anymore. Um, let's see if I can find my ending on this one. Ooh, ooh. I just had to pull on it a little bit to find it. Sometimes if you don't like a project, it's okay to frog it. I know sometimes we're like, no, don't ever do that. Well, sometimes you might like a project at first, and then you're like, no, that's just not, I'm not vibing. That just doesn't hit me right anymore. And so sometimes you just gotta start over with something different, and that's okay. But how is everybody doing? I hope you are well. I hope yesterday was a super Saturday and today was a blessed Sunday, and that you are having a very wonderful weekend. And maybe you are finding time to do things with perhaps this is like for me, this is my weekend off. And maybe you're finding time to do things with friends and family. Um, like usually on my weekends off, after church, we go over to my father's house and we would have dinner with him, have Sunday dinner with him. It's lunch, but we call it Sunday dinner. Um, and we'd kind of sit and chit chat and get caught up on everybody's lives. um, and yeah, it's just nice to have that little fresher every once in a while, to get with your family that you haven't seen in a little bit. For instance, family I'm getting ready to go see in a couple weeks, The last time I saw them was for a very sad occasion. Was my mother's funeral last summer, and they came all the way up here for that. Actually, they came up a couple of times to see my mom before she passed, and then they came up for the funeral. And this time, I get to go down there for a happy occasion, which is my grandmother's 100th birthday. I mean, it's not too often do you get to see people live past 100 years old. That's amazing. I know I've talked about it in a lot of other people's lives. I've been talking about it for a while, but it's just exciting for our family. Um, my dad's dad, when he passed, my grandpa loved, when he passed away, he was 103 when he passed. And then, and like I said, my grandma personally, she's getting ready to turn 100. That's amazing. Um, and it's not like, in the Bible times where people live to be hundreds of years old. I mean, several hundred years old. Can you imagine living to be 2, 3, 4, 500 years old? All the centuries that you would see and all the history you would see. I don't know. I think of all the family. Think of all the family you would see come and go if you lived to be that old, to be 2, 3, 4, 500 years old. All the family you would see come and go. I don't know. I mean, I would happy to see new members, new people being born, but I would also be sad because in your lifetime you'd also see them go. See the same young person die in your lifetime if you outlive them, and I don't know. I guess there are cons and pros to it. Yeah, that's that. Ooh, 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 ooh. Maybe. Gonna get this white one. Doo doo doo. And everybody to like, comment, and subscribe. I know I need to set up a time to do lives more on a regular basis. But right now, my own personal schedule, it's hard to do. Um, but once I get that figured out, I will definitely let y'all know. I did try to set up Nightbot, but Nightbot doesn't seem to be working. I think I just need to play around with it, try to get it, so I get it all figured out. Um, a lot of people like to use Nightbot in their lives. Not everybody does, but a lot of people do. And Nightbot's pretty cool. There are some fun things with it. Um, right now, my lines are just on here on YouTube. On if you have a Facebook, I do, and you go underneath groups. I do have Thrifty Crocheter as a group, and you are welcome to come to that group. And you can share all your projects. You can ask questions, and it doesn't necessarily have to be crochet. You can share crochet, knit, loom knit. You could share any projects that you're making. Tell about the projects you are making for your friends and family. Um, all are welcome. And I'm working on making a Facebook page for my channel. That's like another step that I'm working on. Because, like, I am new at this, so I'm just trying to get out there a little bit more. You gotta be really patient. Up, up. Well, I had it. And what, do we have a knot? We may have a knot. Can't tell if we have a knot or if maybe a hair may have gotten in it. Because I tell you, if you're anything like me, sometimes your own hair gets in there. Or if the yarn had split when I put this in, did this stitch. I can't tell. I don't understand what it's doing. It's almost acting like I'm taking it apart from the wrong direction, but I'm not, because I'm taking it apart from the outside, just like I did the others. So I don't understand why. Hmm. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I pulled the wrong thing. I accidentally pulled the wrong pulley. Oh. And it tightened up on me. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, goodness, goodness. Shatika, what? Oh, goodness. Miss Shatikwa, I think I got a knot. Maybe not. And for some reason in this pattern, and the same as the others, and they all worked for me, and this one is just acting like I'm taking it apart from the wrong side. And I went to pull it out, and it's acting like I pulled, oh goodness. Okay. Where I totally messed that up. I'm setting that aside. Okay. Alright. Our 5mm hook. Pebbles! Pebbles, Pico. Sometimes I see pebbles in others, and also in other people's lives. I hope everybody is doing well. Oh, how nice! Shatika Woods, I'm going to crochet another one of your bubble cross to make a iPad cover. Oh, I'll have to go get one of those out. They're upstairs though. I don't want to run clear upstairs, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I have to go find. It's on Pinterest. Go to Pinterest, um, and there are several different. Um, it's about it's a cross that'll be like in the center of a square, and using the bubble crochet stitch um, to make the cross in the center of the square. And what I'm doing, and I have a stack of them upstairs that I've already made, but I want to finish with all the yarns that I've bought. And I bought all my yarns from Walmart at the time when I was thinking about making them, and I need to get back to that. I'm going to do is I bought 3x5 cards, and I'm going to attach the 3x5 cards to the squares and leave them. And I dropped my hook and leave them places because they're one of the times when I bought yarn from a thrift store, and it's up in my window in the craft room upstairs, was this cross on the square, and it came with a prayer card on there, and so I would like to forward that by making those cross squares and with a prayer on there, and just kind of, leave them in places like when I'm out shopping, like leave them in a store in a mall, leave them, maybe somewhere at work where somebody could see it, and and sometimes they appreciate a little prayer like that they can hang on to and keep with them, when they need something like that. Um, oh yeah, and Shitiko says, also a breast cancer awareness ribbon like that, but the ribbon bag a day has a tutorial on that. March is Women's Month. Yes, that's another good idea. That's an excellent idea. Yes, we all need somebody to help brighten somebody else's day. We certainly do. Um, but that's upstairs. I hadn't even thought about bringing that down here. I just wanted to work on these little. And I'm sitting here talking. I'm not even crocheting. What am I doing? I got wrapped up and undoing those circles, and this one is giving me fits. So I had to put this down for a minute because it's giving me fits trying to undo it. And I don't know why the other circles just they unravel it real easy. This one is acting like I'm unraveling it from the wrong side, from the wrong point of view. I can understand if I was coming it from the center, but I was coming from the outside just like the others. But for some reason, it wants to get into a knot, and it's making it really difficult. And I don't want to cut this. Okay, I'm gonna sit down again. um. Anyway, but this is a cute little book. Um, for those who don't know how to crochet, it does. Let's go through this. All right. How to make. This just says granny squares. Is an introduction to crochet. Getting up to speed at materials, gauge. Finish measurements and sizing notes, pattern abbreviations, crochet techniques, terminology and symbols, fasten off, how to attach a new color, um, basic granny square tutorial. And then it goes how to make it, and then the flower granny square. Um, and then it also talks about wet blocking your granny squares. And I actually finally have boards, and I had the pins. So if I decide to wet block these, then I can. And I think I might actually try that. I've never tried doing that before, but I might try to do that. And how to stitch the granny squares together. Slip stitch granny square joining method. Um, how to join horizontally and vertically. So you got horizontal and vertical. No, I did not mean to do a cross right there, but that just, for those of you who don't know what the difference between horizontal and vertical. They do have a small pattern here for the granny square warmer. It's basically like a headband kind of thing. Yeah, it actually does say granny square ear warmer pattern, but I forgot the word ear. I didn't see that. And if you want to make it like a little pouch, for like your kids, or if you and your kids wants to make one. Of course, you don't have to use that yarn. You can use your own yarn. You can use up your scraps to make granny squares. Here's a little basket, little stash basket. That's a cute idea. I actually have seen a few of these where I work. Some people have actually made these. Maybe not quite to this pattern, but I have seen people crochet eyeglass covers and eyeglass cases, and I think that's a cute idea. Ta-da! Boom. Anyway, I know how to do squares. I don't know how to do the flower, so I have to reread how to do the square. I don't like magic rings. I really don't. So, let's see. Okay, one, two, use. I still got this red. So, oh goodness, this is in a mess. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Some of these yarns that I actually started to use, I'm going to need, before I even start, I'm going to have to ball up, because if I don't, see, it's already wanting to mess up. It's already wanting to tangle. I am not going to try to deal with that. I am not trying to deal with messed up yarn. Not today. I don't have the patience for it today. I still have a yarn on my I have a dark navy blue yarn on my ball winder upstairs, and it's gotten itself tangled. Well, somehow, even though I pulled from the center, it decided to knot itself, and the thing is that the table that my ball winder on is black, and it's a really dark navy blue color, and so it makes it hard to see where everything is on there. Because this navy blue It's such a, I mean, it is navy blue, but it's just such a darker blue that it almost looks black. Because when I was using it, I thought it was going to be black until I was starting using it against the other two colors. I'm like, oh, this is a navy blue. This is not black, but I still like the look it gave. I liked having the dark contrast to the two white to the other two colors. So I was using a mint green and like this white that had like other colors in it. When I was making my rug, and I've set that out to my kitchen. It looks a little wonky, but that's okay because it's just for the kitchen anyway. It's just for my house and to put in the kitchen. Um, I wasn't trying to be a perfectionist with it. Um, and what it was, you had to use 3 strands of yarn, and you did the cross stitch for one row, and then single crochets the next row, and you just repeated the pattern for till you got 40 inches. It was like 24 inches, 2 feet this way by 40 inches this way, and oh, now what? Okay, I guess this is going to be the weekend that Aaron wants to misbehave for Miss Rachel. I don't know why. The yarn has decided to gang up on me. There we go. Don't you know? It's not nice to fool with Mother. An old cartoon say it's not nice to fool with Mother Nature. But I'm not Mother Nature, but it is not nice to fool with Mother Nature. Um, okay, that one's done. Oh. See, okay, that one's okay. That might be okay. Well, some of it has been used. Get it aside, so I can use them up first before I start getting into another one. Oh, here's one of the crosses. I'm not sure why that got in there, but here's one of the crosses. Um, this one isn't the one with the baubles, but this was another one of the crosses that I made. Kind of like almost a Celtic look to it. These are what I call my fancy scissors. I love this pair. I really do. I like how it looks like a bird. These are such cool scissors. Okay, I'm being a nerd right now. I call these my fancy scissors. I really like the look of them. Oh, another one. Wow, I have even more squares of those colors. Okay, let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 all together of these in those colors. In the orange, in the red, the blue, and white. Wow. Yep. Another half circle, another circle. Well, I guess I'm only gonna do. I guess I'm just gonna frog today, I guess. But that's okay because I'd rather frog and ball it up than and use. I've added some of my other just like these little itty bitty strands I can use. As I get done with other projects, I figure I just use up these strands to make some of these squares. I did, when I made, the other day when I showed you how to make those 3 different hearts. Here's the yarns that was in there. Here's the purple and the pink and the red that came with it. And it's when it gave you the instructions on how to make each of the three hearts, it didn't tell you which one they used with which pattern. Though I believe since the number three was such a small pattern, they probably did use this one. But I decided to use my own yarn, my own 4-weight yarn. But I am going to use these three with that, with this stuff. Um, just like upstairs. I kind of got kit happy for a while when everybody bought, and I was starting to buy my own kits, and some people bought me kits, but mostly I bought my own. You know, like you might you might see at the bookstores. They have a lot of those crochet kits where they're animals. Like they have one is something like kitty cats. They give you enough yarn to make one cat. Another one is but they give you they show all these patterns to make all these other cats. Yeah, kind of a thing. I actually have two of them that are kitty cats, but they're two different kinds of kitty cats. Another one is a dog. Another one is a dinosaur. Um, Except I can't figure out which dinosaur it goes to. The pattern goes to for that yarn. Um, and another one is plants. I think it's like a cactus of some sort. I mean, I have quite a zoo of them, and I need to make those and put them in a cage. Um, I mean, I have so many things in the background in the back of my head that I want to do. I will someday get around to. I'm trying to find. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. I just had to keep pulling, and I knew I would find it. And let's hope this one will be a little more cooperative than the white one was. Or pink, I should say. Yeah, it was pink. Yeah, pink. Aha! We are being more cooperative. Yay for cooperation! Woohoo! I'm a little bit of a nerd. I guess we're going to frog yarn today and make squares. These been sitting for a little while, and I really need to get rid get rid of them. The best way to get rid of it is to make something. But I think the yarn will be easier to deal with if I ball these up. I didn't feel like bringing. Actually, I have another ball winder too, but I don't feel like bringing the ball winders down here too much. Try to set it up somewhere down here and do live with you guys. Um, Decided to do my live down here because the internet seems to work better down here than it does upstairs. I've noticed when I do lives upstairs in my craft room, for some odd reason, um, the internet likes to freeze upstairs. Um, and down here, we don't have that problem. And I don't know why that is because I never seem to have that problem on my TV, but I have problems with my phone. I don't get it. I was talking to my daughter about one of my daughters about that, and she said that she suggested moving the router upstairs. I may have to do that. Um, Ta-da! Actually, I think this is the same. It's the same. And there's some other yellow. Yellow, my good fellows, my mom would say. Pink. Ooh, there's some really fuzzy white. If you could see the halo on that, it's really fuzzy white. It almost looks more like a. I promise that's not a cotton ball, although it does look fuzzy enough to be a cotton ball, but it's not a cotton ball. I promise you. It'd be enough for a big cotton ball. um, nope, because here's the white from the other one. So there was two of them. So here's that. Here's that. Okay. So I did do one earlier. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else I can. Yep, there's the ball. And the green. You know, that's another thing. Another reason I like going to, I'd rather shop in a store than online. And I talked about this yesterday, is dye lots. Dye lots are so important when it comes to yarn because, okay, first of all, when you go to the store, and yes, I know everybody's been talking about our favorite store that is closing. That's very sad. Very, very sad. But life goes on. I hate to sound like that, but unfortunately. But anyway, when you go into a store, to a craft store, to buy your yarn, a lot of people like certain brand names, and we all like our brand names, but we also like to see it and feel how soft it is, and we gotta make sure we get not only the right color by name, but the dye lots have to be the same, because sometimes the dye lots are very different. Like, okay, like these two are orange, but they're obviously two very different oranges, and they're all green, but they're three different shades of green. And like here's a white and here's a white, but this is more of a cream white, where this is more of a white. The two completely shades of white. We need. That's why I'm gonna put this. You know what? I decided to change my mind on the. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Since this came from the same thing as this, they just made two half circle, or half, yeah. And I'm just going to put that with this because it's the same as this. Yeah, dye lots. Dye lots are important with yarn, because obviously there's different. You can have by the same name brand, same name, but they come out different shades because of the dye lot numbers. And you could think that you're getting red number 246, but they end up sending you 246, 247, 248. Yes, they're all red, but they're all different shades. And then you're like screwed because you don't have the exact same shade that you needed. So, you just got to be careful when you're buying online. Make sure that you're ordering the correct die lot numbers as well as just can't just go by the names. Um, 'Cause you don't want your project to look off, you know? Um, just saying. But I prefer brick and mortar stores. Like I'll like obviously I can't go into Hobby Lobby today because today's Sunday and they're always closed on Sunday. But I like to go to Hobby Lobby and I like to go to Michael's. Or I've tried. Like I went into Joann's this past week and the week before. I tried going into Joann's and I just turned around and I walked around, picked out a few things, and then my daughter tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Look at this line." I was like, that line went from the front of the store to the back of the store. And in fact, one of the ladies who goes to my church, she also crochets, and she had posted some uh, some pictures and was talking about her last day. And she was saying her goodbyes to Joanne, and she was in that line for over an hour. And my daughter I was talking about that today again today, and my daughter, one of my other daughters, was saying another friend of hers went to Joann's, and she was and her friend was in line for an hour and a half. An hour and a half. I don't know if that would be worth my time. Um, like the yarn was 25% off. All the yarns were 25% off. Um, and but like for like my daughter, she makes jewelry, and for like her stuff, I mean, it was only like 10% off. So I don't know if waiting in line for an hour and a half was really worth it. Um, but I am hoping, yarns that are like like K&C yarn and Big Twist. I know those are mostly Joanne yarn, but I'm hoping that somebody else will take over those yarns and be selling them at their stores. I also go to Walmart. Um, when I need to buy, certain brands or certain colors, or if I'm doing a major project. But most of the time, I do my thrift shopping to go buy yarns, and like I've said before in previous videos, um, why is it doing all my little things of yarn want to be messy, and I don't want them to be messy. They're driving me crazy over here. Um, okay, there has to be a sensible for this. We do not. This little skinny does not want to be a center pole today. We're going to go from the outside. Okay then. Sometimes yarn will cooperate and sometimes it doesn't. um, um, where I was going with that. I was just thinking about some of the lives I've seen lately, and some people have been interviewing other, like Froggy today. Froggy went in knitting. She was, she had one, two, three other people. I mean, she has this, right in the chat, but like up here, she had herself and like three other people. But she was the other two, like she was here, and the other two were right here, and the person that she was interviewing was up here. Sorry about my hand being right in your face. Um, and the person that was up here, she was interviewing. Uh, name's Teresa. Oh, was it Critters Crochet? Yeah, Critters Crochet. I had to think about it. And she was interviewing her about all of the different um, things that she's up to and how she got to get into crocheting. And I just thought that was the most wonderful idea to have somebody come in and interview, interview somebody on about their channel and about themselves. That is just a really wonderful idea. Because then you get to know them and you get to be seen by other channels, and you get to hear about everything that's going on their channel. And and the more people you get to know, the bigger your channel gets. Because I try, even if I just say hello, maybe interject a couple of times on something. um, at least on some of these smaller channels. I mean, they're bigger than me, but they're smaller than some of the great big channels. Um, we get to know each other a little bit, and that's what I appreciate about some of the smaller channels. They're bigger than me, but they're smaller than great big channels. If you understand what I'm talking about. Because some of these, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the bigger channels too, the great big channels too, but sometimes their chat just goes by so fast because there's like a zillion people in the chat. It How do you get to know all your? I mean, you don't have to get know them all personally and all their lives and everything, but you, this is at least a little more personal than some of the other ones, and I like them. They're good people, but sometimes I think they kind of lose where they came from. Sometimes, um, I mean, I know, you start out small and you get bigger, but sometimes you just kind of need to go back to grassroots, as they say, and don't forget us little people. Don't forget where you started and how you started, because we're all just humans. We come down to basics here. We're all just humans in this world, and everybody is the same. Well, not everybody's the same, but we're all humans. You know. Okay, now I'm getting static. I tell you what. Lately, I have been getting shocked, like electric shock. Whether it's been like yesterday at work and today around here, like I'm getting static. Like this yarn wants to stick to me, and it normally doesn't, and it's sticking. I don't know why there's static electricity, but there is static electricity, 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 electricity. If you grew up in the 70s, 80s, you know what I'm talking about. It was from Schoolhouse Rock. They actually talk about electricity and static electricity. And this guy has this big old coat on, and he creeps up on this poor innocent little sheep, and zap, and he jumps because he's got that static electricity. Electricity, electricity. Okay. So, I hate doing. I mean, I'm going to try. It's basically It's basically a knot, and like you would do to start your hook with, but and you're working in that knot. But at the same time, and then see that's why it pulls through, and it just kind of does me nuts. Okay. Guess I'm just gonna have to do like a little itty bitty chain 4 because I am not in the mood to deal with a circle. Okay. Doo doo doo. Sorry, I have to look. It's been a while. I mean, I know how to do the squares, like I said, but not. There it is, the flower granny square. Okay. Make after magic ring, chain 1. Make 8 single crochets. Pull magic ring, tail the tighten join with a first stitch around using a slip stitch, cut yarn, and fasten off. So you need to do 8 single crochets. Alright. Oop, I forgot to do a chain 1. And then our 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then so I gotta go here in the chain 1. Pull through. And my dog is over there, my dog Oliver. You know, they're in his cage. I would let him out. He's a lovely dog. But he has a tendency to try to eat my yarn. He thinks he's part cat and likes to try to get hold of my yarn and eat my yarn. We're not having that. I think we do not want doggies eating yarn. That would not be healthy for a dog. And then the next color is red. Red. Okay, in any stitch, attach a new color and chain 3. We're working on the petals now. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me stitch. Go right there. Actually, I think I'm going to pull that right there. I'll do chain 1. And chain 3. Okay. One. Let's do our single. I'm gonna weave in my, do it over my tail. Do my single. And chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, hook, insert hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. Repeat step 2 more times. You should have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on your hook. Chain 2. Okay, let me back up. The yarn over, hook, and hook into the same stitch. So you're basically doing like a double crochet, basically, almost. Yarn over and draw up a loop. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Repeat step 2 more times. You will have 4 loops on your hook. So we're going to do this again. Yep, we got 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on your hook. Chain 2. 1, 2. Yarn over and insert hook into the, so that makes you do it again. No, yarn over, insert hook into the next stitch. Yarn over, draw up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, insert hook into the same stitch. Yarn over, okay, into the same stitch. Yarn over. Again, we're having a, nope, we're not going to cooperate with Rachel today. 1, 2, 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then pull through 4. Repeat step 7 2 more times. You should have 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 5 loops on your hook. Chain 2. Oop, supposed to have 5. Okay. Why? Oh, okay, because the chain. Okay. Alright. But it still only gives you, okay, that gives you 4. So you want, my book wants to close up on me. Okay, here we go. Okay, so they do want you to have 5 loops. So, I don't know why the first petal has 4 loops and the rest of them have 5 loops. That doesn't make any sense to me. And chain 2. Repeat steps 6 through 9 for the 6 remaining petals. Join with a slip stitch on the round using a slip stitch, then slip stitch into the next chain space, cut yarn off and fasten off. And then after we make our petals, then it goes into how to make the square part. So we've already made 2 petals, and we got to make the rest of the petals. Like I said, this isn't going to be anything fancy. I just wanted to do something to... Okay. I'm actually doing something wrong right off the bat here. Myself. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, that's what I did wrong. 3, 4, 5 loops. Chain 2. I still don't understand why there's only 4 on the first one, but when you went 5 on the rest. That makes no sense to me. But that's what the pattern says. And like I said, I'm just learning how to do this, so. Because everybody has their own skill level. Speaking of which, I was just talking about this last night. 3, 4, and 5. Anybody else do that? 1, 2. Where I was showing you those cards, the 52 cards, just like in a regular 52 card deck, but they were different stitches, and it would show on you, picture what the stitch looked like, and they would tell you whether it was beginner, intermediate, and how many multiples, and what stitches were used to make that particular pattern. And then on the back side of the card, then it gives the full instructions, and I didn't read like the full instructions because I thought that was doing a bit much. Then like the net, like they broke it up into 2 halves. One half was like the blue gray color, and then the other half were like a yellow color, and the yellow color was more of textural type stitches, and it would give it would show the picture on the top part of the square, but then the card. Then it would also give kind of like a blow up of what it looks like. And then we give, a lot of times we gave like special, and you had, make sure you kept the booklet. You keep the booklet that goes with this card deck. That's very important because it gives special instructions on how to do some of these stitches. Because it includes the name of the stitch in the stitches as a special stitch. So, that's why that booklet is so important. Three, 4, and 5. Yep, there's my 5. Then 1, 2. Let's see, so far we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 5 petals, got 3 more to go. I don't know. There's not too much going for me today. I thought we'd sit here and just kind of chit chat with each other and tell you about our day. My daughter and I both have to go back to work tomorrow because we both have the same weekends off together. We work different jobs in different places. We just happen to have the same weekends off, which is wonderful. Because at my last job, we worked opposite weekends. Now we have weekends off together. And sometimes we go shopping together. Well, she likes to go shopping at the mall. And when we go to the mall, maybe I'll buy something for myself, but usually I window shop. and that's where you just kind of look around. Whereas she likes to buy things. Um, it's not really my scene, but it gets us out of the house for a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, making our last petal. Three, 4, and 5. Through 2 chains, and then slip stitch to our beginning chain. And then I believe we're going to be working in the spaces. I'm going to chain lock that. Oh, these scissors. Fancy scissors. Whew. Where'd that come from? All of a sudden, I don't know that blue, and all of a sudden, this little teeny tiny white piece came out of it. I don't even know where that came from. Weird. Okay. Uh-oh. We're gonna have another ball. I'm gonna have to ball this one up first before I use it, because I don't think this one's going to cooperate. I have a feeling this one's not going to cooperate. And we're sticking to me, because static electricity. The trouble with warmer weather is you gotta put your heat on, and sometimes I think it's what the heat puts drier heat, and then it which creates the static electricity. Oh, and okay, I see. We've you know, there's many problem. I mean, I don't think many problem. Some of us we have trouble finding the center or getting a ball started from scraps, and I wonder how the machines do it without having the problems that we do. Like when as we get say yarn barf. Especially because the yarn then the yarn barf wants to knot up, and then you gotta detangle that. And so I wonder how they get the machines get them to make into a skein without the problems that we have. Or if they see like that. How do machines deal with that? There's got to be humans in there somewhere to help tame the yarns that go into the making of a skein. Okay. All right. Yep, in any corner, I told you, in any corners, space, attach new color, and chain one. Make one single crochet, chain two, single crochet in the same corner space. I told you. So I think we're going to start right here so I can work over this tail. Okay. Chain one. Okay. Chain one, make one single crochet, chain two, single crochet in the same corner. Okay, got attached. Single crochet, chain two, single crochet. In the next chain space, make 3 half doubles. So next chain space, we're making 3 of the half double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Yes, I know it fell on the floor. I failed to bring down one of my bowls, yarn bowls. I planned for everything else but that. So let me, 1, 2, 3. Repeat step 4 2 more times. Oh, I missed a step 2. Haha. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Make 3 double crochets in the same. Wait a minute. Okay. Wait a minute. I looked down instead of I went down this way instead of going dun 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 dun. I got ahead of myself. Okay, except okay. Okay, who did that? This. Wait. In a chain 2 space, attach new color. Oh, and chain. Oh, here we go. Trying to do this over again. I don't want to. No, this is where I want to go. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Okay, we got our attached color. Any chain 2 space, attach new color and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make 3 double crochets in the same chain space. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Now 3. In the next chain space, now we make the 3 half doubles. 1, 2, 3. Step 4. In the next chain space, make 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 doubles. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, an hour and a half, really? I can't believe I've been in here an hour and a half. Repeat step 4 2 more times. And step 4, the other corners, but we still need to get a center. So I think we're going to need a half. Let's put this next space, the 3 half doubles. 1, 2, 3, and then probably the next one is going to be our next corner, which is the 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and then 3 doubles rather. Because these are all American terms, they're not UK terms, by the way. And I have discussed that a couple of times, that there is a difference. And the 3 half doubles. 1, 2, 3. Then your corner, just the 3 doubles, the chain 2, and 3 doubles. I just like to make things easy for people. Although I am working on one of the things I have shared, not how long ago, but not too long ago, was something out of an old pattern. We're making these and in the book they're all called Afghan squares. But each pattern of these Afghan squares is different, and I will show you the pattern. Some of them have the picture for the pattern, and some of them don't. We have to go through and read the pattern to make the design on all these Afghan squares. And there's even some old hexagons, which I think I'm also going to be making. They're also being used to make. Okay, so we're going to be doing that this year. And trust me, the square that I'm working on right now, I have so many pins in it. It's just so I can keep track of where all the stitches are supposed to go. And where the corners are, and because we're making diamonds in this pattern, and so I keep track of where the diamonds are and where the corners are, and because I know we're building it up, and then we got to shrink it back down so you have that diamond shape inside the square. So yeah. Okay, 2 double crochets in the first corner space, join with the third chain of starting chain 5 with a slip stitch, slip stitch into the next corner space. Okay, so we do got to make 2 more double crochets. One, two, and then slip stitch with this original 5 chain. See, then that way we get our 3 chains, and then slip stitch into the center. And now we get to make our border. Now we get to make the border. And I think the border is just single crochets all the way around. Yes, a single crochet border. In any corner space, attach new color, chain 1, make 1 single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the corner space, single crochet in each stitch across till you reach the next corner. In the corner space, make 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet in the same corner, repeat steps 2 and 3 2 more times, single crochet each stitch across. You reach the end of the round, join with the first stitch on the round using a slip stitch into the next corner space, cut off or cut yarn and fasten off. So yeah, that's what I thought. I'm gonna take the yarn from those two white ones and use that at first. So just my yarn, chain 2, single crochet, and then we're going to just single crochet across to the other side. Then come to the corner, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, so we made our corner, and then you just do the same thing all the way around. Nice simple little flower granny. I know for those of you who've been doing this for forever, but you're going, why is she doing this? Well, because not everybody is like you. Some people are just learning and are still learning. Although sometimes they need channels like me who help out people who are new at this. Yep, we're at the corner. So single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Anyway, I think I've taken up enough of your time. It's been a whole hour and a half. Oh my goodness, 1 hour and 35 minutes. I didn't realize I was on that long. So it's only been a few minutes. Time flies when you're having fun. Hope all of you have had a blessed Sunday. and a wonderful weekend. And if you're traveling this weekend, be safe on your way home, because tomorrow starts another work week. Like, and if you've been on vacation, guess what? Tomorrow's Monday. It's another work week. Anyway, love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day. You have a wonderful weekend. What's left of your weekend? Y'all have a great day now.